Anti-gun bureaucrats love to weaponize government in favor of their political agendas. Now, we've seen how they use the ATF to change rules that affect the rights of gun owners without even giving anyone a chance to vote on specific policies. Now, Congress has been taking millions of dollars from you, the taxpayer, and giving it to the Centers for Disease Control and the National Institutes of Health. They've taken this money from you to produce anti-gun propaganda and studies that'll support gun control legislation. Did you know your hard-earned tax money is being used to undermine your rights? This is nothing more than an anti-gun fear campaign to produce as much support as possible for their gun grabs, and you're paying for it. Now, these CDC and NIH studies are fabricated to justify such gun control restrictions as gun confiscation laws, mandatory waiting periods, and even a firearm retirement age. Now, the type of propaganda in these biased studies are produced specifically to appeal to people who don't know any better or those who have been indoctrinated with irrational gun fear. The Dickey Amendment is included in every government funding bill and was created to prevent groups like the CDC and NIH from weaponizing research for the purpose of creating biased, politically motivated data that could be used by politicians and bureaucrats to promote and advocate for gun control. Now, several major studies have determined that there are between 500,000 and 3 million defensive gun uses per year in America. Even the CDC was forced to admit in 2021 that there were approximately 1.6 million defensive gun uses every year in America. In other words, good people using their personal firearms to stop violent crime. And the interesting thing is 95% of the time, the trigger was never even pulled. Just the mere presence of that gun stopped the crime. Since those defensive gun studies didn't support the anti-gun agenda, the CDC was later encouraged by the anti-gun lobby to remove those reports from public view. Now it would appear the CDC is being encouraged by congressional Democrats to ignore their own study and create new propaganda that supports the gun grab agenda. So isn't it interesting how groups like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the National Institutes of Health abandon their very own areas of expertise to focus on firearms? Well, Republican Representative from Iowa, Mary Miller Meeks, has introduced an amendment specifying that the CDC and NIH are not to be leveraged in the promotion or advocacy for gun control. Thanks for watching this clip. There's more where that came from, and we appreciate every like, every follow, and every share. So hit that subscribe button, and we'll bring you more.